everyone, this is Marcia from One Scrap at a Time, and I'm back today with a process video for JustNick Studios. So today I want to talk about how to alter a digital cut file. So the Vroom in this cut file was all the same height, and I wanted to make one end of the word larger than the other. I thought this would help convey movement. So here's how I did it. There is a warp icon on the right side. It's the bottom icon. It kind of looks like a grid that's warped. And so you click on that and select your object, and then you can pull the edit points on the object to make one side bigger or move it in or move it out. And just have fun with it. So that's what I did with this title, and I really like how it turned out. So then after I had done that, I cut the stars off because I wasn't happy with how the stars looked warped, and so I wanted to replace them with different stars. So my layout, I have this big circle, and I was thinking that it would be good to bring out the red in the tricycle, and I had originally thought I'd stick it behind my photo, but I didn't want to cover up too much of this background cut file. So this cut file is the tread background from the JustNick Studios store, and I thought it was just perfect for this bike riding picture that I had. So this is my nephew Harper, and I think he's 5 now, and this was taken last spring. So you can see the snow in the background, and the grass is still kind of brown. So when I'm mounting this cut file on the cardstock, I picked out something that was kind of the color of that brownish grayish grass, and so it matches a lot the color in the photo, if you see that there. So I thought it worked out well, and it brings out the contrast in the cut file too with the black. So then I'm gonna ground my photo by using this blue banner. So I'm just going to place this under my photo, and that will help ground my photo. And it'll be a nice backdrop for my title as well. So I edged it with some black ink, and I couldn't get my ink pad into the very corners there, so I grabbed my black marker to get in the corners. So I'm going to glue this down and then put my photo down. So behind my photo I have recycled some chipboard. I like to do this, otherwise I would be using way too much foam tape. So after I get my photo down, I can put my title down. I altered the title a little bit. The light blue I thought needed a little something to pop, and I wanted to bring out more of that black again from the background. It makes it kind of grungy. I just took a marker and just went over the very outside edge of the cut file. You'll be able to see in the detailed close-ups at the end how it looks. I like it, how that it just makes it pop more against that dark blue and doesn't blend in so much. So then I'm going to start playing around with some of the ephemera pieces. I'm actually combining a bunch of different collections here. So I have the Cool Dude from Simple Stories, but then I combined it with a bunch of the boy collections from Coco Vanilla Studios. So that red star pattern paper is from the Flying High collection from Coco Vanilla. And then a bunch of these ephemera pieces that I'm playing with, like that game piece with the spinner, I think is from like the Made of Awesome or maybe the So Rad. All of the wood veneers from Coco Vanilla. I thought I needed more of the boy ephemera pieces to choose from. And the Cool Dude collection has a bunch of this lime green coloring, and I didn't want to use any of that in this photo. I wanted to stick with the red and the blue and the natural colors, and not distract from that, since that's the colors in the photo. So I kind of wanted to repeat that circle pattern. So with the big circle behind the photo, I have that game piece spinner up at the top corner, and another circle kind of in between the two, and putting, these are hexagons actually, but like circles with the stars, and I'll put another circle down there. So I really like how this is looking, so I'm going to start to glue some things down. So I put some foam adhesive behind my title because I'm going to overlay it on top of my photo just a little bit, and that has some foam adhesive behind it as well. So I want to pop my title up too, so I put some little strips of foam behind it. And then I'm just going to go crazy and start gluing a bunch of this other stuff down. So I did find some of these sequin stars from Cocoa Vanilla, and use those in place of the stars that I had cut off at the beginning of this video. And I want to put some flare on here. This flare is also from Cocoa Vanilla, and I'm using a rad one there, and the boys will be boys. I'll eventually stick up at the top too. So besides the circles that I'm repeating here, you see that I'm repeating a lot of the stars too. So the red pattern paper with the stars, and then I'm using some wood veneer stars. There are actually some really small wood veneer stars that I'll be adding, just sprinkling all around my major clusters. So spring is slowly coming to Minnesota. Hopefully this weekend I'll be seeing some kids out riding their bikes. We're supposed to actually get temps in the 50s, maybe even hit 60. So, and then the big chore of yard cleanup will begin. So thankfully no flooding really in my area in Minnesota, but I know all the runoff is running into the rivers, and that all goes downstream. So there are some areas that are experiencing some flooding. So unfortunately it's just going to take time for everything to dry out. Hopefully soon I'll be able to get in my garden too, and get something planted. So this is my layout. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I maybe went a little overboard with my embellishments, but overall I like how it looks. So there you have it. Thanks for stopping by. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you become one. Just hit that subscribe button at the end. Thanks so much for stopping by. Bye-bye.